Episode 7 of the Dukes of Weeb.
Dukes of Weeb. Episode 7.
Episode 7.
What's good?
Just finished Bleach. That's what's
You
good.
did.
That's
You
what's
did
good.
Just finish Bleach.
I did.
A day after Blue Lock ends.
I know. So, I made a deal to get this man on the glory that is Blue Lock manga. I had to watch 1,000 Year Blood War, Season 1 of Vinland Saga, Season 1 of Kaguya-sama, and finish Skypiea before Blue Lock ended.
I don't think you actually included Vinland Saga in it, to be honest with you.
I did, but I will retroactively annihilate it from it. So I'll just blast out Kaguya, or do you want me to just blast out Vinland and Skypiea, and we'll call it even? And then I'll get to Kaguya when I can.
When you can.
Years
later.
You're like, let me go back to the terms of the deal. I should almost be done with Skypiea, though. I have been putting in work.
How many chapters have you been reading?
I've read at least 10.
Nice.
More than that, probably, since we made the deal. I've seen a few fights. I've seen the bald guy with the sword and the dog.
To be honest, too, neither one of us knew. Because you mentioned it earlier today that you were watching Bleach. And I was like, I didn't watch.
I've been watching Bleach, too. I started episode 10 today when I sat down.
I was like, I haven't seen this week's episode of Blue Lock. Well, let me just look up how many more episodes there plan to be. And I looked up the episode list, and there were no episodes.
I really thought there'd be at least one more. I've been behind, but I really thought I'd have one more week to try to cram in 36 episodes.
Yeah, no, it said that March 12th was the last one. So I was like, it's the 13th.
Didn't it ended on the rematch? Did they cliffhanger?
I don't know. I didn't watch it yet.
Okay.
I didn't have time today. So I'll watch it sometime this week. Or maybe Saturday. I don't know when I'll watch it. But
hopefully they don't ruin the moment. So worried.
We'll see. And I'm sure if they do, that you'll send me screenshots of the manga.
Oh, I will.
So
you bet I will. Remember when you were like, man, my boy Nagi popped off last episode? And then I went to sat down in the anime, and I was so offended by the anime, I paused it. I saved the entire chapter that Nagi pop-off was in to send you. Every page, one by one, I saved it.
Brutal.
It's bad.
So while we're on the topic, and
Bleach?
before we get too off topic,
Ho, 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 ho.
1,000 Year Blood War. What's your diagnosis, your review, your thoughts, your prayers, your whatever?
It was good.
Whoa. Excuse me. Totally not a reaction to that. Just I don't know.
Sure.
Just good.
It's good. The fights are excellent. The fights are incredible. Then they're not the only thing that's great and incredible, mind you.
The animation.
Yes, and consistency too. It
all
looks
the way
good.
through. I thought that they were gonna do that,
where the funny moments they've suddenly cut the fucking budget,
or not even that.
Silly backgrounds.
I thought that after maybe an episode, they'd be like, okay, first episode we gotta bring the hype, and then maybe for the Yamamoto fight we bring the hype, but then everything else is just like
Blue Lock.
Yes, like Blue Lock. Blue Lock's got that one kick, but then don't look at background runners.
That whole first episode looked stunning. When they had that one match inside the box, playing the dodgeball, kick, or tag, whatever, that looked great. It got my partner hooked. But the moment that it goes 11v11, it just goes with the animation budget.
Yeah. And then they do that, they got that 30-second clip in each episode that's this is amazing. Mm-hmm. But then...
Yeah. But even that
don't look at background runners.
I saw Isagi was in the background and he was a faceless CGI model. And I was like, no, don't do that to the main character. I don't care how far away he is from the fucking foreground.
I love when animes do when they don't put any face on the person, so it's just a blank face. It's just skin. And it's
that was him.
They're close enough to where that looks weird. If they were way down, if you were looking down a street and they're way at the end of the street and you couldn't make it out, I understand it. But if they're 5 feet away, what do you do?
Kaguya-sama actually did that, and I actually stopped to praise them for it because there's hand painted backdrops I noticed a faceless person. I'm like, that person looks janky. I get in close. It's part of the hand-painted part of the backdrop. I was like,
That's
okay.
amazing.
Fuck yeah.
So then you've seen some of Kaguya-sama then.
Not Kaguya-sama. Miss Kobayashi.
Oh.
My bad.
I was like...
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid.
Damn. But...
Which, people won't want my hot take.
Won't want it?
They won't want it. That it's better than 1,000 Year Blood War, but we'll continue with 1,000 Year Blood War.
I got rose-tinted glasses.
It's
I won't
true.
lie. I'm biased to fuck.
And to be honest, I expected to not have rose tinted glasses, and some of that nostalgia still kind of like seeped into me.
I was in it to win it. I didn't give a fuck. I was just like, hype train!
I wasn't. I was like, we'll see how this is. And then you know what? That first episode hooked me more than probably most of the other episodes. Even just them being in Ichigo's room again, I was like, oh man, this is comfy.
They
This is
updated
nice.
his room too, because Bleach totally starts in the early 2000s. He has flip phones and all this shit. He has iPads and iPhone and all this
notice.
stuff in his room.
I was so busy looking at them.
I only know that because other people pointed it out on social media. It wasn't something I was looking for. I was just like, oh, it's his room. Oh, yeah. Look at these guys. They're beautiful. Oh, my homies.
They're all back. My boys.
My boys.
Every time each one enters the room, Ichigo's room, they're back.
Just, yeah, the moment, it's like, did any of them need to go that hard when they first fought those hollows? No. Did Ichigo need to go Bankai? No. But us fans needed
That's
that
not even what bothered me.
as fast as possible.
What bothered me is slapping the people's names up for a second. It breaks my immersion. I'm like, yes.
I don't care.
You're reintroducing the series. Got you.
It's been 10
It was less
years.
them popping off and more Ichigo, Orihime, Chad, Ichi. That's what bothered me. Not even the name cards. The fact that that they did like the persona thing. It's like each one by one.
I loved it.
But like I told you too, him going Bankai first episode didn't even bother me. The internal dialogue made up for it entirely.
Oh yeah, against Eburn.
Him being like, hey, he's like really wanting me to do this. Oh, fuck it, I'll bite. Like even that, I'm like, good. You threw in character rating to explain why he's doing the cool thing.
Yes, I just liked it. What'd you think of, because I explained it to you, what'd you think of Everything But the Rain flashback, which is his mother's flashback?
I thought it was good. It did tug at my heartstrings. It did also tickle my aggravations, but a little bit of both. I don't like Bleach exposition. I realized it after. I think that's what it is. When they exposit to me, I'm unhappy.
Yeah.
But when I'm seeing them just do the things, I'm like, this is good. Just do more of the things. Stop saying Bankai like 30 fucking times in one episode.
Yeah, you had texted me about that, yeah.
Holy shit.
Exposition of explaining.
When they steal the captain's Bankais, it is like, they're beating you overhead with that word. And the concept, too, even. I feel like they explained the situation 3 times in just the second half of that episode. There's literally twice where they say, but how can we win without our Bankais? I'm like, you said this! I know! It's like sitting there and explaining to me for 15 minutes why not having Super Saiyan's a bad thing. I know! The rest of the series explained to me why not having Super Saiyan would be bad. So no, that frustrated me. It did frustrate me. I was laughing my ass off every fucking time they kept saying it. Our Bankais, my Bankai's gone. Not my Bankai! They're not stealing our Bankais. They're stealing our Bankais. It's so unfortunate that those 2 words rhyme too. It made it just so much funnier to me.
Stealing and stealing.
Because they said that twice in that moment too. That exact line. I'm like, but Ichigo can't have his Bankai stolen. He can't have his Bankai stolen. But then Yamamoto fights Yuha. I did the peasant pronunciation again. Yuha. Oh my god, the dub actors don't know how to say it either, let me tell you. They say Yuha fine, but they're like Yuha Baha.
It's Bach. Like Johann Sebastian Bach.
That's the part you read as spelled.
Yuha Bach.
Yuha Baha. And everyone says it like that too. And I'm like, Baha Blast? Yuha Baha Blast? Is this new Mountain Dew?
Savage.
But Yamamoto fight instantly made up for it the moment it happened. I'm like, yes, I forgot all about this Bankai shit till it ends with stealing his Bankai.
Which is sad. And you know it's
Does
even more
Yuha
sad?
does-
It's probably two because they changed some stuff. They didn't change anything. They added
Yeah.
stuff to the season, but really not
kind of
that
like
much.
JJK does. They add context, some more to the fights.
Well,
beef it
not
up.
even that. They added scenes that weren't in the manga that explain a lot of things. So like everything with Ishida that you saw after Ichigo leaves him in the human, so everything on
So
the
him picking
bridge,
up the journal.
yeah, that wasn't in the manga.
Thank God it was in the anime.
Yeah.
That would have been really random.
So
Seeing him walk up to fucking Yuha.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's just we see him. Ichigo leaves with him. Next time we see him, he's with Yuhabak. Like,
Yuha Baha.
but it's like you ain't fooling nobody, Kubo. It's like we know he's doing something.
Yeah.
It's like come on, but I think
The part
it's
that made me knew he was doing something, though, well, I mean, other than him being Ishida, when I turned my brain off watching, the thing that made me know that he was still a good guy was when everything but the rain or whatever. How it mentions Yuha killed his mom.
yeah.
So it's like, there's no way. There's no fucking way.
But I think it's part because of this was around the time that Kubo was being rushed to fix everything. His health was
Shows.
declining, so
Not
there's
in the least mean way possible, it shows.
yeah. So there's certain aspects that are
Again, like we
to be
said
desired.
to
But
ourselves on our text, like the Bankai stealing could have been made more consistent or been a better concept with some more time. Or more used at the least.
you saw how strong Yamamoto's Bankai is. Yuha uses it once to cut. He doesn't even use it ever. He steals it because he didn't use it to kill
And even
Yamamoto.
threatens to bring back all the people he's killed.
Yeah, he just kind of makes that threat. He never uses it again. But granted, when you get the Almighty, what's the point of using Ryujin Jaka anyway? So, but yeah, no.
Well,
the
raising an army of the dead.
the only person that ever uses it is Asnot versus Byakuya. He uses it right there, which
Which I saw.
even the fan base said it at the time, and we still say it now. Byakuya should have died.
He's not
Yeah.
dead?
You just didn't see him later in the pods.
No, I didn't even notice.
Yeah, he's totally with Rukia and Renji in the pods.
I mean, I don't want him to be dead, but he probably should have been dead. The
whole
direction told me he dead. They had his sword breaking and everything.
that whole scene, yeah, with Ichigo
Completely
standing
ruined.
there. Yeah, ruined.
Completely ruined.
Everyone made that case 10 years ago, and
They're right.
yeah,
They won that case.
that's something that but he kind of comes he comes back and he has fights later and stuff, but it's like he should have
been dead.
He should have been dead here.
Why are people so scared? It's your last arc.
Oh no, don't be afraid. People are gonna die.
Good. Good, they better.
Well,
but not Hitsugaya.
Unohara already died, so
Yeah, that was I still hate that. I just watched that and I still hate that. The fight was lit.
yeah, but she needs so
It comes out of fucking nowhere for their lore.
it does.
out of-
And it also doesn't make any sense for the Kenpachi lore of there can only be one Kenpachi. So Kenpachi's Zaraki is the 8th Kenpachi, and she's the 1st. So to get the name Kenpachi, you have to beat the previous. So that means at some point she lost to the 2nd, and then just gave up the title, and someone
And
else
then
picked
she
it up.
keeps talking about being like, now I can pass on the name Kenpachi, as if
Yeah.
she was the one right before him.
But you wouldn't know that unless you read a light novel. There's a Bleach light novel that goes over those. Because there's no other Kenpachi shown. The only other Kenpachi shown in the series is the one... I know it's... Zaraki. I'm just going to call him Zaraki. Zaraki kills one of them to become captain of the 11th
Yeah,
spot.
so
they mention him kind of offhandedly. And that's it. He's the only one mentioned. But
I hated everything that built up that fight. I hated the context around that fight. But the fight itself was cool. She was even cool in the fight. It just doesn't make fucking sense.
yeah, no, it'll make more sense later, and only in the sense that it's like, right now, in my mind, you're probably thinking, why would you kill off Unohana just to, quote-unquote, awaken Zaraki?
That too, yeah.
But the awakened Zaraki we're going to get is, 12 Unohanas worth of power.
It still just bugs me. It more bugs me bringing up all this shit like you have this big connection throughout your whole life when it's never, ever, ever shown to the audience before then, that bothers me more than her dying.
Yeah.
That's the part where it's like, why is this happening?
And it happened late. Yeah.
And they act so passionate about this thing that the audience has never been shown.
Yeah.
From that bitch that heals people.
Who also wasn't a prominent character throughout the show. She does next to nothing in Soul Society. She's just kind of here. She heals some people here and there. She does literally nothing. She goes to Hueco Mundo to, like, when Ichigo invades Hueco Mundo, fights Urukyo. She comes with Kenpachi, Byakuya, and Mairyu. They come in there. She's there, but she doesn't fight anyone.
It's so weird that they're not giving each other death glares the whole time.
Yeah, so all she does is she comes with Ichigo and brings Ichigo back to the real world to fight Aizen, and while she's doing that, she's behind him healing him while he's there. So that when Ichigo comes back to fight against Aizen, he's fully healed. Yeah. And then when she's there, she just kind of walks around the battlefield gathering all the wounded. She does nothing to fight Aizen at all. And then she's told to stay in the first barracks.
Yeah.
I
noticed that too.
Which makes sense because you don't want your medical team on the front lines.
Not in this situation.
But she would have been so helpful on the front lines because...
She absolutely would have killed the Stern Rider. For sure. She would have taken one with
Zaraki was taking names.
Without her Bankai. She wouldn't have even needed her Bankai.
Yeah. I just love... That was so hype.
That's what I mean, too. And Zaraki is fucking slaughtering out there.
So hyped.
Unohana would have been doing just as good.
All these big name characters that you've known for so long ago, like, oh, these guys are gonna win. They're all getting their asses kicked, and Kenpachi rolls up with three of them shish kebabbed on his sword.
There's nothing I loved more in all of 1,000-Year Blood War than them taking the time for Zaraki to actually talk about those fights too. Just be like, oh, the first guy was super big, but he was super weak. The second guy just kept talking and talking.
Ripped his throat out.
That was amazing.
And the third one kind of gave me trouble because he turned into me. Why wouldn't that give me trouble? It's me.
Amazing. Mwah.
Yeah, it's great. And there's so many good fights to come too, and especially with Kenpachi fights. He's gonna fight someone that has technically one of the most broken abilities in all of anime. Which shouldn't have been a thing, but Kenpachi's his way through it. His ability, his ability is literally like the girl that you told me about from My Hero. That whatever she thinks of becomes reality, but he doesn't have a limit of how many things he's just like, I'm gonna throw a meteor at you, and then a meteor just appears and gets thrown at Kenpachi. It's like, you can't cut me, you can't cut him, but then it's Kenpachi, so he doesn't cut him. You can't kill me, so you can't kill him. But somewhere in the Kenpachi just being a beast, like a wild beast or whatever, instills passively in the kid's mind that it's like a fear of him. So because in the back of his head he has that tiniest iota of fear, Kenpachi is able to kill him. They explain it kind of in the minute. He's probably an asshole. It's been 12 years.
I was about to say, it sounds like I'm going to hate that.
I liked it a lot. And then Kenpachi is just...
But the fights have all been fire, so...
Oh, they're going to be all...
The visual spectacle makes up for it.
Bleach fights are always fire, so... Well...
This is more fire than other Bleach fights I've seen.
Well, I mean, also,
personally.
Too, just modern quality.
That's what it is. That's...
So, I mean, the animation... that shit...
Bleach fights slap. There's some fights I really don't like as much as some of the fan base.
The entire Ichigo versus Yuha thing was like 2 pages in the manga. So when I got all of that, I was like...
Anime. Oh my god.
Because Ichigo basically gets mollywopped in the manga. I just love, too, that the sword comes crashing down in front of him, and then he just shows up and grabs it. He's like... He's just, the anger he has that whole time is just like, it's so good. It's so good.
The whole fight slapped.
Yeah, he puts up much bigger, because he literally gets like they clash once, then he gets knocked over and Yuha stabs him in the throat, just like he does in the thing, but then Blue Vein blocks it. He stands up and then he rips the arm off, just like he did there, to check, and he's like, oh, okay. And then then Yuha just kind of leaves, or like hits him one more time and leaves. But then in the anime, you see him, they're fighting, they're clashing through everything. The rage moment. The fucking rage moment of blowing up with all that Ryatsu. And you can see Hashfault there is actually like, whoa, that's the blonde dude behind Yuha. He's like, I also love subtle detail of as soon as Ichigo shows up in Soul Society, every Stern Rider stops and pays attention because people forget just how fucking strong
And every
Ichigo
captain
is
noticed, too.
at that moment. Ichigo's the only person in Soul Society that would have been stronger than Ichigo was Yamamoto at that time.
Well, even
and Yuha, but
well, now I've seen him even stronger. So like,
yeah,
when the fucking anime told me, well, when Zangetsu told me to, is like, and here is the rest of your abilities that I've been suppressing. I'm like, well, goddamn,
yeah, Ichigo.
you're gonna be God at this point.
To beat Ichigo, Yuha uses the Almighty to break Ichigo's Bankai in the future, so that he can't use it in the present.
Yeah, I forgot about that from the Yuha video I watched. Man.
Which tells me he's that end of the... This is why it blows my mind with anyone trying to tell me that Naruto would beat Ichigo is has not read Bleach manga. End of Thousand Year Blood War, Ichigo solos the entire Naruto-verse. Solos it.
I'd believe it, for sure.
And then you could get into the whole, Genjutsu... Maybe.
Yeah,
I'd be more
in favor. I think Sasuke has a better matchup than Naruto ever would.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too.
Naruto's only got the cloak, really. That's just like...
Sasuke's way more versatile of a fighter.
He's got the hacks that he can bring.
Yeah, because he's got the Sharingan in one eye and the Rinnegan in the other. And he's just... So Naruto is stronger than Sasuke, but I think Sasuke is more skilled than Naruto, if that makes sense.
Absolutely does.
Naruto's got the more... If Naruto didn't have the Nine Tails, Sasuke's stronger.
Yeah.
Hands down. Bar none.
And again,
that's just how it is.
He would have a better chance against Ichigo. I still don't think he wins, but he would have a better... He has win conditions. I don't think Naruto even has win conditions on Ichigo.
No, it just doesn't. Because then it's like, people are like, he's got the Biju Bama. I'm like, yeah, that's one Getsudiga Tensho.
It literally is. And Ichigo can throw those out like nothing.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, when they told me that, when it's like, here's all your power that was suppressed, I'm like, well, damn, no one's standing up to this man.
It's because white is his true Zanpakuto.
Let's not get into the exposition again, please. Please,
White
no. Why did they leave me off on this? I'm so unhappy with that.
I don't know. It's just such a good hype moment to me. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it.
I knew you would have your gripes with it, but you weren't back in the day anyway. You weren't a huge Bleach fan anyway.
I was all until manga reader brain told me that he planned Ichigo's entire life. I was like, yes, trash can.
Yeah.
Kinda. And I was watching the anime. I kind of fell off in the Uranka arc.
Well, we discussed that too in a previous episode that I went over that whole Aizen thing.
Yeah.
But I still hate that as well. I would have preferred it if
I was like, oh no.
I would have liked it better if Aizen was like, I've planned everything since I met you in Soul Society. Because that makes more sense. It's like, this kid has potential. Let me try and facilitate his growth to my plans.
Don't say it.
Yeah. I think what it was is Kubo thought it was a cooler flex for Aizen than it actually was.
Yeah, and again, you got a week to plan these things. You pick something, you roll with it.
Because the problem was...
You can't be wishy-washy.
It doesn't make Aizen more... Aizen was already intelligent, cunning, smart, and all this stuff. He didn't need more.
It was already established, yeah.
And it was kind of
He's already getting 3 more forms. Please, he's hype enough.
Yeah. Which...
He is hype enough. I was sad they changed the chair, though. It's more intense on how he's bound, but it's not a chair.
That's just because he's not in the chair yet.
Oh, okay, cool.
The chair is what they put him in when they're bringing him out of that. That's like what he sits in when he's in Muken, because in the next arc, Sunsui is going to go talk to Aizen for a reason, because they're going to...
69 guy? No.
Shunsui is
Double Swords.
Double Swords, Pink Cloak.
Awesome guy.
Yes.
Captain of Squad 1.
Yes. New captain of Squad 1, yes. Previous captain of...
6?
6 or 10? I forget. No, it's 6 because 10 is Ukitake, I think. Or no, 10's fucking Hitsugaya. What the fuck am I talking about?
My boy, I'm so happy they got Hitsugaya as original actor. They got most of the original dub actors, but Hitsugaya was the one I needed, and they nailed it.
They got every single
Japanese
one? I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
No, English.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Japanese on the Japanese side, they got everything because that's what I was saying.
They got fucking Rangiku's voice actor back for the dub.
That's wild, but awesome.
It's almost every single one. I think I can't tell if Kenpachi's the same voice actor. He's the only one where I'm sitting there like, could be either way. I think Yamamoto is the same. The whole main four are definitely the same. When I heard Ishida's voice, it was like a slap in my face from the past.
I can't be sure. I'm gonna Google it, but I think the Japanese Yamamoto voice actor passed away, so I think he's the only one.
Yamamoto's voice actor in the English killed it, man.
Who? Oh, the English voice actor?
Oh my god, dude. If I could find a clip, I'll send
Masaki
you one.
Takada. Is the dub? Oh, Neil Cameron. Okay, yeah. So it only lists one voice actor. So never mind. Because I know, for instance, the Whitebeard voice actor, original Whitebeard voice actor, did pass away. So the new voice actor for when he's in Wano, because he's in the Wano flashbacks, they use the same voice actor that Crocodile has for the same Japanese voice actor, yeah. But no, so yeah, they got. I mean, if they missed anyone, it's got to be like one of the offshoots. Like
I even think 69 guy had the same voice actor as back in the day for the dub.
I forget his name too.
Me too, and I loved him. For some reason, I loved him back in the day.
It's something with. It's probably he's cool.
Shuhei Hisagi.
Hisagi, yep.
Oh.
I don't know about the Shuhei part.
I'm actually more I was more confident about the Shuhei part.
Yep, you're right.
Yes!
Yeah. Look at you go.
I loved him, man.
He's cool, man. He's awesome.
He's got tattoos.
Yeah. On his face.
On his face. The original Bleach rapper.
But they got all the voice actors back. Aizen's voice actor. Can't. But yeah, they're going to use the Soul Society and are going to use him for their own gains. Or attempt to use him for their own gains. So they have to move him from the giant cross thing into a more...
Okay, Aizen. Yeah, sorry. My brain was catching back up. Yeah,
they need to move him to a more thing. But what I didn't get is... I didn't rewatch the whole... Because in the manga, they don't actually show Yuha and Aizen talking. I don't think they show that part. Because what doesn't make sense is when...
They did.
I don't remember. I need to go back in the manga.
But it was... That was actually one of the things I was frustrated with, because I remember you telling me that he gets delayed by Aizen with the illusions and stuff. I think that was a really cool...
No, it's mentioned they is, but I don't think they showed the communication. They did in the anime, but I don't know in the manga.
Oh, okay, in the manga. I thought you meant the anime.
Because when Shinsui goes to see him, part of the seals that they remove off of him, they allow to kind of like, we'll remove a seal so you can use your pinky, and... that they allowed him to speak, because before he was all sealed up, he couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he was able to communicate with Yuha before Shinsui removed some of the bindings, which then allowed him to speak to Shinsui. And they removed an ankle. It was weird stuff. Like, one of your ankles will come free, and like one finger.
Arbitrary stuff to make sure that like he doesn't have too much
control.
Usage. Yeah.
Which
I almost prefer if they did off screen that conversation. Because it makes it harder for me to believe that he was able to delay him with the illusions. That conversation was so short and succinct. What would an illusion do?
It's more
make the hallways seem shorter than they are? How do you lose a minute from the illusions?
Because it's complete hypnosis of all senses, so even his perception of time is changed.
There was no pauses between their sentences.
That doesn't matter though with Kyokuseigetsu, because you have to get
like,
this way.
I spent too much time with the 3 sentences I just said to Aizen and walked away.
I think of it like this. So know how take you're at work, right?
Yeah.
An 8-hour shift. You're sitting there, and say your shift starts at 8 o'clock. Now it's 10 o'clock, right? And you're like, man, this day is dragging. I feel like I've been here for 6 hours. The other guy's like, I feel like I've been here for 15 minutes. But it's been the same amount of time, you know what I mean?
I get that, but it was a 1-minute conversation is the part that really kills me. It's literally like, it's Aizen. You should join me. I want to destroy Soul Society. Okay, fuck you, bye. There's not much time to work with.
Maybe in that instance, but you gotta think that whole time Yamamoto was fighting him, he was down there the whole time. So it's the whole time he's going to Mukin.
I mean, that Yamamoto fight
out.
was pretty fast, though. I mean, in real time, that is like a 3-minute fight.
Probably, yeah. But the whole invasion, you gotta take everything. As soon as that invasion starts, first thing Yuha does is he goes.
I was imagining to myself that he just gets lost in the hallways because of the illusion or something. Like,
however you
it
want,
makes it easier for me.
For me, it's just time perception. You know what I mean?
I get that it's a nitpick too, but it's just like.
But then it's the whole time to work on too, because then it's also his whole fight with Ichigo, talking to Ichigo, talking to Hashval, everything. That
helps actually. Maybe he lost time there to it too, because again, I knew while he was having the conversation that was what was happening. So it's not like I got to forget the conversation and then get told.
Because we also don't know how much the time's different, because he's just fighting Ichigo. He's like, oh, I thought I still had time. It just ended right there. Maybe he only thought, he's like, oh, I have like 45 seconds left before I'm going to get pulled in. So I have 45 seconds to kill. But then no, we're going now. So maybe it was only like, or could
I can't whip out the Yamamoto fight be fast and ignore that the Ichigo fight be faster.
Yeah, because we don't know what the time difference is that Aizen fucked with him. It could have only been...
I can only believe it's 10 seconds with how that conversation went. Again, it was just so concise. It's not like they chit-chatted and poured a glass of wine. Yuha said 3 lines.
But again, because Kyokuseigetsu's complete hypnosis of all things. Yuha
I get it, but how is reality different from what he said? That's the part. Like, what would you do if you're Aizen? How do you make me lose time?
Stand there and stare at me for a minute, and you don't know that you stood there and stared at me for a minute.
Because but in my mind, I had the conversation I needed to have and walked away.
Yeah.
The illusion is that I'm having the conversation I need to have.
They had the conversation. Yuha walks up. He goes to speak. Aizen puts him in the thing. He's like, all right, I'll let him stand there for a minute. Then I'll put him back to normal. Then we'll have our conversation. He'll walk away. To him, he thinks he walked up, talked, and left away. He could have been standing there for 5 minutes just gazing at Aizen, and Aizen's just fucking laughing at him.
I don't know.
Because the same thing has to happen if you're looking back when Aizen was fighting the captains. Somehow Aizen's standing there fighting all of the captains. Somehow Aizen's standing there. Ichigo's standing there too. He fought him. Ichigo stands back. All the people fight him. Somehow, in all of that, Aizen walks away and puts Hinamori there, and they all fight Hinamori, and none of them notice any kind of switch except Ichigo. We don't get to see Ichigo's POV until its end. He's just like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?" And then everyone looks over, and it's Hinamori, and Aizen's standing way over there. So it's like he did it to them. So it's like because it's
the part that's hard for me to understand is when it's robbing them of their autonomy, like when their actions aren't even what they're doing anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because that didn't affect any of their actions. You know what I mean? It's not like I swung the sword and killed her when I thought I was standing still.
Well, kind of, because then you got to think of the visor dude with blonde hair, Shinji. His Zanpakuto is similar to Aizen's in the sense that it flips you upside down. So it's kind of like that too. You think you're coming out, but you're really going the wrong way and stuff. It's all about hypnosis. All of your senses.
That was your sense of direction.
Yeah, all of your. But then with Aizen's, everything, your sense of taste, smell, all of your perception of the universe.
But it's not making me think I'm swinging a sword when I'm not swinging a sword.
It makes you think that swords are being swung that weren't swung.
Yes, but not mine. That's the part that's really hanging me up about the Yuha situation. It's like making me think I'm talking or making me think I'm being silent right now. It's changing his actions. It's not like an influence. It's not his senses. It's his actions.
It makes it because it's like anyone being hypnotized. I don't really believe in hypnotism I feel like you could. I don't know, I'm not going to go that way. Yeah. But people that get hypnotized and they come out of it, they don't remember the time that they were hypnotized. They think that like a second passed to them for hypnotists in our world, so it would be the same thing, I guess. I just never see that with Aizen's, though. I never see that. Because that's the one instance. Suddenly, I'm back into reality. Well, that's because I think of Hitsugaya stabbing Momo. That's what I think of. Yeah, because he thought he stabbed Aizen. Both times. And that's... Actually... Both times, yes. Yeah, both times. But But the first time,
That's what I mean. His guy's actions stay completely consistent to what he is seeing. You know what I mean?
well, I think it is too, because most of what we see Aizen using Kyoku Seigetsu in Soul Society and the Ranka arc and stuff is visual stuff. This is the first time we've seen him alter other stuff.
Yeah.
Because he does it to Yuha again at the end of the series.
I know that too. But that's more traditional Aizen is what he's doing at the end of the series.
So it's this one where he's just kind of fucking with them.
So I would have to believe that it is like that. Like, Yuha walked into the room and then suddenly just like, oh, so you're Aizen. Like...
Yeah.
I have to believe it that way.
That's the way I always thought about it.
It was so weird to me because, again, it's such a short conversation. I think it's because we don't get our own POV of, like, Aizen doing it. Like, we watch Yuha walk up, say his piece, walk away.
Well, because that's a lot of what Kubo's writing is, too.
Yeah.
And
that's how Aizen's always depicted, too. Yeah. You always see
because while there is exposition, a lot of stuff is read between the lines to figure out what happens throughout Bleach. Because
I would rather do this and complain and read between the lines and try to find the answer than listen to 38 billion people tell me they got their Bankai stolen. Or someone else got their Bankai stolen. No, Renji, stay back. We'll need your Bankai with my Bankai gone.
Maybe it's just the dub did it bad.
No, I'm sure if I had to read the part that would have still gotten me with the sub is them telling me twice, how are we supposed to win without our Bankais? And it's not sealing, it's stealing. I got you the first time, bros. I got you the first time.
True, but isn't it two different people saying that, though?
It is, but in the same fucking moment. It's in the same 5 fucking second span of time. It doesn't matter if it's two different people.
That's a nitpick, though. It's like... Yeah,
it's a nitpick. They're over-establishing something, though. It gets really annoying when, like, half the episode is just listening to people ruminate over Bankais.
Ruminate. Well, my whole thing with that is...
They literally go through every single affected character and every character that could observe those affected characters and get a Bankai line from each of them. Including the R&D people.
I think it just sucks that the only time a Quincy uses someone else's Bankai is in that arc.
Like, they could have showed Don't Tell that so good. That I would have loved to read between the lines of that one.
Or
just say it once.
I was just about to say, the only time it should have been said was all of them saying it at once, in the sense that when he hits a guy up, Byakuya, like all three of them say,
our Bankais!
It's not sealing, it's stealing. Because before they thought it was being sealed. Excuse me. And then just cut it, then. And it's... But they don't use it
hilarious to me
in the next arc.
The fact that he went in there so cocky, being like, if it's a sealing, we'll just deal with that if it gets sealed. What? It's being stolen? Bitch, what if you couldn't break that seal? You'd be in just as bad of a situation right now.
Right.
You put yourself in this situation. You underestimated how bad your Bankai would be unavailable to you. You're just like, oh yeah, I'll just flex and get my Bankai back.
Yeah, I think it was just a thing, because like I said, I think it's the thing Kubo tried to think up, but then it's like, it was probably a subject he was going to delve deeper into that had to get scrapped because he was being rushed, and his illness at the end of the season, at that time, back in the day, because like I said, they don't ever, even the rematch with those... All of the people, so his guy fights the dude that stole his Bankai back.
That should have happened then.
Everyone does it in the next arc. But the only difference is Rukia fights as not next. And Byakuya is like, nah, I'm not even going to fight you. She's going to kick your ass.
And I still didn't mind Byakuya being stupid at that moment, because they're absolutely right that they weren't winning those fights without their Bankai. Like, he wasn't just about to Shikai his way through that guy.
No.
So, I do get why he whipped it out. I just didn't like his own explanation of being like, oh, if it's a seal, we'll just break through it. It's fine.
I do think, though, that it's weird, too, because they relied super heavy on the steel and the Bankais in that arc.
And then they don't capitalize.
Not even that, though, because it's like, I don't know. what Yuha's, I think what it was really about in that first invasion was let's kill Yamamoto. Make sure Yamamoto is removed.
The one that beat me last time.
Yeah, but then it's funny too because he even says that he's not one of the 5 war threats.
Oh, Kenpachi's one, right?
He is one, yes. Yeah. Ichigo's one. So it's Kenpachi, Ichigo, Aizen. I always forget the other 2 because the 2 people you wouldn't think of. Who's the other one? I think Kisuke is one of them.
I was just trying to think of his name, too, yeah.
Which is funny because Kisuke's smarts isn't the MVP in the terms of smarts. It's Mairyu.
I was going to actually bring up Mairyu next. I feel like he would actually be a problem if left alone.
Oh, what he does, 5 war potentials. There. Ichigo, Kenpachi, Ichibei, Aizen.
That makes sense, yeah.
Ichibei being the
paintbrush guy.
Yes.
I hate the Zero Division.
It was a letdown, yeah. Other than Ichibei is the only one that makes sense because even way back, because they're talked about in Soul Society arc, they mentioned, and they say how the Zero Division is stronger than the Gotei 13 as a military force. You know, the 5 of them are equal to the 13 Gotei. But then you meet all of them, and Ichibei, the feats of the dude that makes the Zanpakutos.
Neat.
Cool. It's nice that you're here. It's cool that but your power.
Mechanical Arm Lady is kind of cool, too.
She's cool, too. She's awesome, but I know what happens
Hot Spring Guy and Food Girl.
Hot Spring Guy is, honestly, the one of all of them. I think it's... Which one? Because there's one of them, I actually think it's the Swordsmith, is the only one that does... He takes out, 3 Quincy's.
Ooh.
But the others all get mollywopped. I'm pretty sure all of them die.
I would assume Cooking Lady dies, so...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them do. Because I know Ichibei does, but Ichibei...
I know Ichibei does, too.
He fights Yuha, yeah.
And that's why I was kind of sitting there, too. I'm like, if Ichibei dies, all of you guys are fucked.
If anything, one of them survived, and is probably Zanpakuto dude.
Him or Mechanical Art? No,
she gets the bullet through the fucking center of her dome piece.
So it's the dorky looking Quincy guy with the glasses. Oh, cool.
Lily Barrow, I think. Because that's the next thing. It's like that the whole thing, they relied heavily on the stealing of the Bankais because all of the strongest Quincy's weren't brought in the first arc. Fucking Miracle isn't there. Remy is not there. Lily Barrow isn't there, I don't think. Or if he is, he plays a minimal role. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the Quincy's in that first invasion were pretty lame.
Basby's there, but he doesn't do much of anything.
Which one's Basby?
Basby's the one with the red mohawk that he tries to jump. Him, Asnot, and one other jump Yamamoto right before he goes to... And he just
Yeah, just stay out of my fight. Yeah. The guy that Yamamoto kills straight up, that was some of the sexiest shit I've ever seen.
Just seen his flesh, skin, and muscle melt off his skull. Glorious.
I still love that Yamamoto lost to flexing. He flexed all his abilities so hard when he didn't need to that he ended up dying.
Well, because he was so concerned with trying to eliminate Yuha as fast as possible, which also, too, doesn't make sense in the sense that why Yamamoto would be so cautious of him, because Yamamoto and the first Gotei 13 slap the shit out of you saw that flashback too. Yeah. They get owned and
annihilated on top of a pile of his dead fucking comrades.
They get, so it's like, why was he so worried about you in the first place?
Your first 2 abilities of your Bankai were enough to try to fight Yuha. Why did you flex all of your abilities?
For us.
I know. I know. And I like that there was consequences. Don't get me wrong.
Yes.
Why did you flex all of them when in your mind they could only steal your Bankai when they understand your ability? I love that he said that theory after showing off all his abilities.
I also think that Yuha does a great job of explaining it for us. You got old.
Yeah, I like how
you got soft, and you didn't let Orihime heal your fucking arm.
And you were wrong. That's not how it works. bitch.
Yes. It's just that I needed to be capable. It's like same thing, because it's like people underestimate how strong Ichigo is. Just the only problem is Ichigo fights 0 Quincy's other than Yuha in this entire arc.
That's sad.
Other than the one he one-shots when he arrives in Soul Society.
That's
when
sad.
Because I thought that was awesome too. You see it straight out of his POV when he comes in and Akon's right there. He passes out, and then you see him run up to the other Quincy and just fucking one-shot him. Then all of them are like, what is this Shiratsu? And then he just disappears and appears in front of Byakuya. So good. Because again, Ichigo's so strong in this arc. That's why That's why Kubo only lets him fight. That's why he only lets him fight Yuha the whole time. Because no other Quincy would beat him.
Quincy needs to roll up at the prison realm right now.
The only 3 I would say that could fight Ichigo and not instantly die is Remy, the Miracle, and Lily Barrow.
Ishida rolls up with the prison realm. Ichigo, I'm your enemy now. What? Oh,
no! The Phantom Zone for you, motherfucker. Yeah. Well, they kind of tried doing that too with the Kyrgyz jail.
Yeah. True and real. That was what kept Gojo from away from the situation.
But it's all right. I mean, I take it for what it is.
And that's what I tried doing too.
Yeah.
Again,
So.
There was just the moments where it's just like really slapping me with that exposition. When it layers the exposition, I get annoyed. When you hit me with like one line here or there, it's like, okay, I can forget that. But when you're like back to back to back, that's when I'm like, oh, give me a fight. My big dumb brain, my big dumb goblin brain.
Well, I think too what it is because it starts off so hard, but then after the invasion, you get like 6 episodes, and the only fight in this entire 6 episodes is Kenpachi versus Unohana.
Which again is a good fight though.
But the entire rest of the arc will only be fights.
I was kind of hoping so.
Because
I was kind of thinking so too.
There'll still be a little bit when the next season starts. There's probably going to be they'll probably only do 1 episode. The first episode will probably cover the rest of what happens in the Zero Division area.
Yeah.
But then there'll be the Yuha invading that.
Does Chad get a fight?
No, Chad's not in the entire arc. But Chad sucks. Chad was useful in the first arc and slightly in not even in because he doesn't do anything in the Soul Society arc either. It's just that
Chad he loses to Shunsui like right up the fucking gate.
Yeah, well, I mean it's Shunsui. Anyone would have lost in that situation.
Was he one of the ones that beat someone first? I feel like he might have been like a lieutenant first, but I could be wrong. He could have just got no-diffed by Shunsui right out the gate.
He did. I mean, he maybe took out a bunch of no-names.
Yeah.
Grunts. But
this is what you have always wanted.
Poor Chad. He's a great character. It's just that I think that he's just underutilized by Kubo, but makes sense too because he's just his powers.
I know. I just want the main party to be the main party. Yeah.
Well, that's a thing too that which we're hopeful for now because Ishida's getting more recognition in this so far than he did in the manga. So we're hoping that him and Ryukin, Ishida's dad, get more to do because Ryukin plays a minor role, but we're all like, yo, we're finally going to get
arc.
We're finally going to get info on Ryukin because we never do. And then we got everything but the rain, which we learn about him a little bit. But then after that, it's just like he shows up once to give Ishida something, and that's it.
That's sad.
He has no fights, nothing.
He's got such a cool design too. I love how he
looks. He is, and we know he's strong. He's the last.
He's a very passionate Quincy. Passionate about being a Quincy.
Passionate or at least about being the last Quincy.
Yeah. the last Quincy.
Yes.
I want to hear those words again.
But if you were him, you would, and anyone else, you would think so because of how everything went down. The rest, because the rest were just stuck in that. They haven't even showed me it yet. Either. Yeah, I'm not even trying. I think that's
Shadow World thing.
Yeah, it's called like the Shooten Viertel or something. It's a German name that has like 10 letters in it. I'm just
that first Sternritter The one that Ichigo fights in Katakura Town had the worst dub actor. I couldn't understand a goddamn word out of his mouth.
That was an Arankar.
It was like they brought. It was an Arankar. You're right. Yes. Why did they give this man this accent? It's like they brought in a Scotsman and say, "Hey, do German."
It was bad. I think I tried sending it to because he was Japanese the whole time until he does the chant. It's the only time anyone does the chant to steal the Bankai. And he tries to steal Ichigo's Bankai. He does a German chant and he's speaking a Japanese dude speaking German. And actually, I don't speak Japanese and I don't speak German. But I was like, that wasn't terrible.
He probably did better than the dub actor did then. I swear to God, I could not understand a goddamn word out of this guy's mouth. It was like really bad Helsing. Ooh. It was bad. I definitely didn't know his name. When his name came out of his lips, it could have been like... You know when there's words they don't want the audience to know and they just kind of scramble it up? It could have been that. All consonants, no vowels.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then... it's cool, though, to get some Quincy moves again. But... I think you'll enjoy the next season more so because, like I said, it's going to be a lot more fight-oriented. Good. A lot of the exposition is over. The only other exposition that I can really think of that would really come forward is what Mayuri is doing.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But
I mean, some Ichibe stuff, but that's literal, like, necessary.
Well, yeah, they'll, like...
Just talking about their, like, fucking powers and shit.
Yeah.
Easy exposition.
That kind of stuff, yeah.
Not world-altering exposition or mind-numbing exposition.
Or flashbacks or anything. I mean, there'll be...
Don't know how to think. Does bother me.
There'll be some Ukitake flashback stuff, and there'll be some...
I need more Ukitake.
And there'll be some... You'll get Yuha's flashback, obviously.
Do I get a Shinsui flashback? Does he go Bankai this arc?
Yes.
Good.
You see... The only Bankais you don't see... are Shinji's from the Visor, but we know what his Bankai is. It's in one of the light novels.
Ichigo's dad.
Oh yeah, Ichigo's dad. Yeah, and we also don't see. I think there's one other person we don't, but everyone else you see Shinsui.
You see Ukitake's?
Well, I think it's. Because Ukitake's situation is different. There's a reason he's been sick the whole series. He's I'll leave one.
I should have figured that there's a reason. Yeah.
There's something up with Ukitake, but you'll see
soul poisoning.
You'll see Kisuke's Bankai. You'll see. You don't see. Bankai. You don't see Yoruichi's because we never see her.
Zanpakuto.
Yeah. So her fighting style is just different.
So we're going to see Shuhei's, because, I mean, the last episode left off on his captain brought him out. I was like, I'm teaching you Bankai, because if my Bankai gets stolen, we'll need your Bankai.
Yes. And you'll see Hitsugaya's true Bankai.
Mm-hmm. Good boy.
And...
he looks so good in this arc. I also liked seeing him in the flashback, seeing him in Ishin Squad.
Yeah. And
the chips are delicious.
You'll also see... basically all the captain's Bankais.
I see Rangiku?
Well, she doesn't have a Bankai, so... She's not a captain.
I don't see everyone's Bankais.
She's not a captain.
Yeah, neither Shuhei.
Yeah, but Shuhei, Ikaku, and Renji are the only three that...
I didn't know that.
Yes. Well, now you did. Which is funny too, because at come into series, you look at all the captains and you're like, Renji is stronger than like 5 of you, and he's the vice captain still. But that's because of his loyalty to Byakuya.
I'm so sad that Kira died. No diff off screen right
away.
He'll
be back, which makes 0 sense.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he'll totally be back.
No.
But then I think he dies again.
We didn't kill you good enough last time, Kira.
Because the way, see, Kira dead is literally the second option. But when he, see what he has in there.
See his Bankai?
There he is, right there. See, he's got the whole stage there.
Ooh.
Yeah, he
I
fights
did
this
like
guy.
his Sanpakuto.
Yeah, it's cool because it's got like that's so interesting to work with. Every time you try and parry one of his attacks, your sword doubles in weight.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah. But honestly, I hate him. I don't like him.
He's a shitty character for sure.
I just don't like him. Yeah.
I don't even remember what squad he was a part of.
He was Tosin's. No,
So
not
wait,
Tosin.
no.
Sorry, Gin's.
Yeah,
Gin's
I was about to say Shuhei was
lieutenant.
Tosin's.
Yeah, I meant to say Gin that whole time. I even said, as I said Tosin, I pictured Gin in my mind.
This is what you've always wanted.
But yeah, Bleach, that was your blood work. I'm glad that you at least enjoyed it.
I did. Again, I'll give it shit and nitpick and criticize, but I enjoyed it.
Next up would be, which one you go next?
It has like the best fucking soundtrack. Can I just fucking say the
Bleach
score on Bleach fucking slaps, dude.
Boys. The openings are I prefer the ending.
The ending is I listen to the ending every time.
So do I, because it's so good.
It's really
it's
good.
so good.
You know, I went to bed today. Before we move on, I went to bed today. I put on the first episode of Bleach.
So good.
Yeah,
I
don't like Asterisk that much anymore, to be honest. Though the first intro.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe
it was the compressed version I was listening to because it sounded compressed as shit on that.
I
streaming.
love the particle effects they do in early Bleach with all the like the tint, the white.
Oh
tints.
yeah, like the screen filters too and shit. The first ending blasted me with more nostalgia than I can even begin to describe because it starts out in English. And I'm not going to sing it. I mean, I sing all the time on here, but I'm not going to sing it. I'll send it to you sometime.
I'm sure if I heard it, I'd be like, oh, yeah.
The nostalgia that rushed into my brain.
Beautiful.
Insane.
So which one you go next? You said...
Oh, wait. Actually, I do have one more gripe with Bleach.
Bring it.
I was going to lead with this today.
Oh.
It's the least important. Let me cut this tension right away. I saw it happen in Thousand Year Blood War. I saw it happen in the first few episodes now. If Soul Reapers can fly, why are they running on power lines? It aggravates the shit out of me. I saw Ichigo get knocked out of a building, and he skids on the air like it's ground, and then it's still like, okay, let's get back to fighting. Go to ground. What? And then the Soul Reapers that come to patrol Katakura Town at the beginning of Thousand Year Blood War.
They're walking on air.
They're like, let's go patrol, and then go down to the power lines and run on power lines. Just fly. If it's a height thing, fly at that height. Why are you running on buildings?
I don't know. Maybe to conserve Ryatsu, maybe you have to like use like chakra under the feet.
I'll take that. Because I was like, what are you doing?
Because it's the same way with chakra. Do you know how many times people fall off stuff and like people walk
Run
up
up
walls? Yeah,
Catch yourself.
Catch yourself with chakra.
I've seen people punch holes into the wall in anime to stay on the wall. Like, you can't attach like Spider-Man?
I get that.
But yeah, I just thought it was so funny. I laughed my fucking ass off. When I go back to the first few episodes, I see it happen again.
So what's your, of the two, what you said, Vinland Saga next or Kaguya-sama?
Vinland Saga next.
I told you this and I stand by it. Vinland Saga Season 1's better than JJK and Chainsaw Man. Season 1 of the anime. But then again, like we talked, I think that's an unfair assessment to Chainsaw Man in the sense that that's 12 episodes. The next 12 episodes will make it better. And even if you took it by the 12 margin, the full 25 episode, 24, whatever it is, JJK going all the way through the Nanami stuff. And
that Mahito fight.
The Mahito fight.
And the cursed wombs with Kuchisaki. Fucking doing the resonance in her arm with that dope ass shot with her grinning and all the shit going on her face.
Upset of the era and beating Miwa.
I know. No one would have thought. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? I still put Vinland Saga Season 1 as a better first season than the two of those.
Okay.
But then it's like, you're like, oh, who's got the better second season? Vinland Saga's third place, motherfucker.
There's two guys running here and Vinland Saga sipping some Kool-Aid off to the side.
Putting corn somewhere. Just in my mind, just because I can't see Vinland Saga. I know it's going to be entertaining. I just want it all to be finished and then I'll binge it.
It's probably good, more than entertaining. It's probably gonna be insightful. It's probably gonna be like deep.
Yes. But I don't see that beating Shibuya, or what would be a season 2 of Chainsaw Man. But no, I'm not talking about like season 2 is in 12 to 25, whatever 25 to like
the next arc of Chainsaw Man, because that's gonna be the meat of season 2. Even if they get into the International Assassins arc, even if they get to the Darkness Devil, the meat is still gonna be Bomb Girl. That fight, that's the best Chainsaw Man fight. Still, is Bomb Girl versus Chainsaw Man.
I love how you always call her Bomb Girl, and I don't know her name, but you're the one with the names. Oh, okay.
I forgot it for the longest time, but
I'll
I
remember that because it's a name in Tokyo Ghoul, so I should be able to remember that.
But I remember being stunned by that fight because they still have all of the perfectly drawn skyscrapers all throughout that whole fight. Even when she's kicking them up in the air, blasting them back down, there's still skyscrapers decked out in windows as far as the eye could see. And I was just like in awe.
The true best girl for Denji.
Yeah, it's true. It's undeniable.
Especially because she does come back when he's waiting there for her. And then
that scene is what I think of.
Bitch.
Every time I think about why I love Chainsaw Man, it's that scene. Her going to the cafe, Makima intercepting, and being like, you know, I like the country mouse too. Like admitting that she's heard everything and tying back into the whole themes of that. I love that scene.
And also,
sad, though.
The first real hints in the manga that Makima is sussy wussy.
Straight up bad.
Yeah.
Like she's already sus, but straight up evil.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it all over the internet with every comment section of anyone being Makima being like, oh, manga readers, oh, we know what's going to happen, making it obvious.
These people woofing are disgusting.
Speaking of spoilers, by the way.
Oh, no.
I got another Attack on Titan spoiler.
Oh, no.
And I think it's the exact reason why people were divisive at the end of Attack on Titan. Because of what I learned. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was potentially... Because listen, I don't know the spoiler of Eren pulling a Lelouch or not. I'm just 100% confident that's exactly what the fuck's going on. I don't need a spoiler to know that. I'm not spoiled. I could be wrong. But I know I'm not.
I might be. I don't know if I'm spoiled or not, but I've seen things and I'm just kind of letting it ride. And
I'm doing
out
that
of my
too.
brain, just kind of...
But
it's all conjecture till I see it.
But I heard something else that would be like the end. Like this would be something like the last 5 minutes.
Is it a flash forward of them dropping bombs on like a modern city?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
sure is.
It sure is. And I'm like, oh, is that what everyone's divisive about? That everything that Eren fought for?
Is there nothing? I mean, it's realistic though. That's how a seinen would show that.
Yeah.
The seinen's not gonna fucking fondle your balls and give you the best possible ending and ignore reality. Like,
so it's not gonna pull a Code Geass ending of everything is sunshine and roses because you became the villain of the world and sacrificed
because we don't watch
for
the movies.
We don't watch the movies that we don't consider canon. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And also, no surprise to anyone else that for whatever reason we weren't privy to this information, that you guessed it. There was one episode that came out last week.
I was right.
It was a 1 hour special, and now it was like, oh, they're going to be like another episode or two, and then we wait until the fall? Nope, we're just going to wait to the fall for one more episode. Which will probably be like an hour and a half special.
Attack on Titan fans be starving.
Yeah. They just got thrown a bone.
I've never seen like bigger. I'm not sure if it's sip or cuck behavior. Just being like, give us another one. Or just no, I'm so happy. Let me wait 6 months.
This episode was fire though. It was
I've
so
seen
good.
so many screenshots from it already. To be honest.
Well, you're not even caught up to that part anyway.
I know, and I've seen. It feels like the entire episode through screenshots. The Titan falling all down the hill is hilarious.
It was hilarious. Yeah.
If I lose it all, slip and fall. I will come and laugh at you.
It was a good episode. Really good stuff. And then, honestly, there was a Marley general that hyped me up with his speech. I was like, damn, that's some hype shit, dude. And I would totally side with that that instance right there.
You're gonna see like the whole episode, Hanji.
Yeah, Hanj.
Saw that whole scene. Like, this is what I mean. I've seen it all. If I've seen it all, slip and fall.
Right into spoiler territory.
It's brutal. It's the price of Twitter.
Which is why I'm never on it. Ever.
At least this time I read JJK before it was spoiled for me.
Speaking of JJK, I halfway kind of called that too, and the bath being this deplorable, evil, toxic death bath of a 10-month-old corpse.
Poor
and its
Ishiguri.
blood and boil. Yo,
Yeah.
that dude got murked. He's like, yo, what's good?
The essence of being no diffed.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people on Twitter lose hope now, being like, Ishiguri gave Yuta a struggle, so that means Yuta's got no chance. I don't believe that.
Yuta was fighting him and 2 other people without Rika.
He beat somebody else in a fight, and then went to a 3-way fight. And he never used his domain for... I mean, he tried to, but he didn't use his domain for all
I was so fucking
that.
angry at that ass pull with the 3-way domain. Expansion's like, I'm going to see Yuta's domain. And they pull an ass pull. Oh, when 3 people use their domain and this happens, it cancels all 3 of them out and goes back to nothing. Go fuck yourself.
I don't think this is enough to just count Yuta out like that. Like,
I still don't think he would beat Sukuna.
I don't think in even 1v1, I'm really hoping they roll up on him. Like,
you're an idiot if you try 1v1 in Sukuna. You need to roll up on him.
But I still think it's a bit much to just discredit Yuta.
Yeah. And also, to my dismay, it seems that Kenjaku and Sukuna are just pals because they're just chilling together. And I was like, God damn it. I was kind of hoping that it would be something where it was like Sukuna was like a third party.
It also seems like they hinted a couple times there that Sukuna's done this before.
Taking the bath thing?
Yeah, and taking someone's body in general.
Mm-hmm.
How long have they been palling around, jumping generation to generation?
It's a very disgusting immortality, though.
It is. It's a very gross way to do it. Let me brain hop and you're going to...
Why does it, though, that when Sukuna's in Megumin, why does Megumin have such a chiseled jawline?
I know, he's suddenly so handsome. Yeah, I went from
he's got diamond
pointy to Chad. He's Chad-chinned.
Chad-chinned.
You can't hide that Sukuna chin. It's the one feature that comes through.
And then, more quick nods to the Cullen game being semi-important to something. And that
mentioning again merging Tengen with humanity.
And he can't just end it.
Not that I want him to exposit at me right now. The last thing I want right now is more JJK exposition. Because I also think JJK can use a buff in their exposition department sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. It's not everything. It's literally just when you're throwing more curse technique rules at me. Not specific techniques. I mean, like the whole, he used his domain, so his curse technique can't be used for a while. And I just hate new rules. What are the rules?
What we just need, obviously, is we need Casino Guy to roll up and just, one shot, no diff, Sukuna.
Yeah, right. I'm worried about Hakuri specifically. Because, how brutal would it be for Hakuri to go up against someone with a better domain? Hakuri rolls up like, yeah, I got the jackpot, I'm full of energy, and the other guy just goes, domain expansion, and Hakuri's domain's just gone.
Yeah, exactly.
All that cursed energy just wisps into the air. I think Hakuri's fucked. Everyone loves hyping Hakuri, but the moment someone with a more refined domain comes up, he's done. It's over.
I still want to see what's going to happen when someone domain clashes with Sukuna, because how does that work? If Sukuna's...
Does he paint his domain into your domain since he's bringing it out, or does it still override?
Yeah, because his manifests into the real world, but with every other domain, they take you into
your
world type thing. Yeah, it's weird. So I don't know.
I'm kind of hoping the first way. Like I've always said, I would love to have multiple active domains at the same time. That would be cool, no matter how Gege wants to try to do that. Exposit at me. Fuck it. Retcon in my own opinion. Exposit at me, Gege.
Exposit like 5 chapters from now.
Yeah, please.
Give us
Give me a couple more of these fire chapters first.
Speaking of, well, no, I won't make that segue to a different topic just yet. We'll stay on JJK for a minute. I was going to totally go to a completely different manga, but what's that face for?
Segue anyways. I got nothing left for JJK.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you still had more. I was like, wait a minute.
No.
Let me.
Well, I was saying, like, do I have more to say about JJK? I don't think I do.
No, I really don't either.
Yeah.
I just love the one thing I do love that when we saw Sukuna, he's just kind of like eyes nose deep in that bath, just kind of like his face is like, yo, I'm in a bath. I thought for a second too that he had to spend 10 months in the bath the way they were describing it. I was like, wait, what? So he's just out of commission.
Are we ending soon or not?
10 months. Talking about fire chapters into one that wasn't fire, that was kind of a dredge for me to kind of get through. Coming off of a fire chapter was the new Spy Family. I read it yesterday.
Is there a new one?
Well, no.
Or did I already read this one?
I don't know. Because the last one we saw was, crazy Damien Mother chapter.
Oh, no, I read this one. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't
it wasn't. I mean, it was just Anya.
Being Anya.
Being Anya. And then Damien showing that he developing more feelings for Anya. And we're just like, yeah, kids.
And Anya developing the plan to invite him over instead. Because that's a more normal thing to do.
The B plan.
The B plan.
Instead of
the B plan
B.
to your... Yeah. Yep. So it wasn't bad, though. It wasn't
bad,
right.
but it's like...
It is rough for a bi-weekly chapter to do... A bi-weekly manga to do like a back to normal chapter.
Yeah, after a month break.
It's like, oof. It does hit me in the jimmies a bit, but...
A little bit, yeah. I was like, ooh, I like something more, but it's okay. I'll take it, I guess.
We'll eat next time.
I guess.
Pretty sure we're waiting a while for Kaiju. I'm pretty sure Kaiju's on break. Because it doesn't have a day counter. Oh, no, it's coming. Never mind. I'm a liar. It's coming in 3 days.
You lied to me. You know what's coming sooner? Chainsaw Man. Tomorrow.
You know what's coming way later?
Who's that?
Hunter x Hunter. Never. Have you gone to Hunter x Hunter lately? They flipped it.
Oh, is it back on hiatus again?
Yeah, because...
Look at that. Would you look at that?
They say more is coming, but...
I haven't actually read... I mean, because...
You never watched that video, did you?
What video?
The video I sent you about the most complicated nen ability in Hunter x Hunter.
No, I watched it.
You did? Ooh.
Yeah, the future, the guy that can...
Yes, he sees the future.
Excuse me. And then also because they were talking about how...
It's like rewriting time.
Yeah, but people are thinking that because he always sees himself in the third person, that they think that it's the nen ability of the beast, not him. But then because he owns the beast, he's connected to it or whatever.
That's like the best part of this arc. That whole... Everything to do with Saradnik has been like the best part of the current Hunter x Hunter arc. And that video reminded me of that.
Well, me being out of commission from Thursday till Sunday evening, it was sucked, dude. Working that Thursday sucked. I came home, I slept. It was weird because it was like, I was sick, obviously, if you didn't get that. But so I had a headache, but it was like an outside headache. Like, you know when you normally have a headache, it's because you feel the pressure inside pushing up against your skull. My headache was like as if it was on the outside of my head, like on my forehead was the headache. But on the outside, not like pressure coming in, going out. It was almost like it was pressure outward, going in. It was weird. Had a fever, and then just tired. So it's like, but it was like I never felt nauseous. I wasn't coughing or anything until obviously, apparently, we're right the fuck now. But yeah, I just had a fever and outward pressure coming in. I was like, this sucks. I never had a stuffy nose, thank God. That is like torture for me because I'm such a nose breather. When I have a stuffy nose and I'm trying to sleep at night, it is torture. Because I have to manually breathe through my mouth, which means I'm focused on breathing through my mouth.
And I guess I could forgive you not reading manga on those days. I guess I can.
It was brutal. I slept all day Friday too.
I'll learn to forgive.
And then I worked Saturday. I pushed myself
Chris.
through it. Yeah. Well, money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't read anything. I didn't. There was no new chapter of Goku.
Kuhaku guy.
Yes, you're just too good, man.
I know I am.
You're just too good. I didn't read any more Witch Watch. I didn't read up on anything that you recommend. I didn't read any Ginkan Gluna.
It's popping off right now.
See, look, Ginkan Gluna and Fabricant 100, both chapter 1.
I want to tell you so bad about what happened, but I'm not going to. I can read it. It's so good. They finally explained why she's strong. That's the only way I'll put it. It's just really, really good payoff.
I don't know how much I'll be able to... Well, I mean, I should do, but... So, like, as I told you, I won't be here next week, so there'll be no episode next week. We're skipping a week. I'm going away for training, for work. And I'll be in a different state, therefore being put up in a hotel. I'm sure some of the nights, me and some of the guys from work after said training, because we have nothing else to do, we'll probably go out somewhere, go drinking or whatever. But I'm still sure there's going to be plenty of... because all of them, the fucking... They're not old people, but they're like my age. Some of them are older or whatever, but like... we're not 20s, so our idea of going out late is not till 3 in the morning. Their idea of going out late is till like 9, 10, whatever it is.
I say midnight, but
I don't know. That's my idea. Maybe they are
Hoping.
that. Maybe
That's your hope.
Maybe they
Hope
do
you.
go that hard. But my idea of sleep isn't... I don't start thinking about sleep until 12:30 every night. So I'm sure there's going to be plenty of times I'm just sitting there in the hotel room staring at a wall.
Reading Ginkan
Like,
Gluna.
let's read some
And
stuff.
they hit me up being like, you were right, that was dope.
Because it's literally all week. I fly out on... I fly out on Sunday afternoon. So I'll be there. I land at like 5 on Sunday. So I have all of Sunday.
Nice.
And then I don't fly back until Friday. So I'm gone the whole week. So I'm sure there'll be plenty of time.
In the flight.
In the flight, yeah. But on the flight, though, I won't have...
Download some chapters first.
I could do that.
Because as long as you're subscribed to Show 'em Jump, you can download some chapters.
Because one of my favorite parts about flying is that's like the only time I ever read books. Actual books. I don't read very often. Because I'm here and I'm like, oh, the internet.
I wish I could read Vagabond faster. I meant to finish my...
And I don't mean like I mean like an actual
I know you meant a book, but I still would have handed you Vagabond to read on the plane.
Just sitting there and any of my coat or my seat people next to me just glance over at the glorious artwork that is Vagabond. I mean, it's the same, and I'm sure there's titties.
Yeah,
somewhere.
there is titties. Yeah.
But it's also Vagabond. I'm sure there's plenty of fucking swords and skulls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm only halfway through that Viz Big, though.
But if I'm going to read any of the seinen, I have to do myself do some justice and read Berserk first.
Does it have to be first? I mean, I already own 6 volumes of Vagabond.
I looked it up.
Physical.
You do. But
I do.
While Vagabond, every piece of artwork I've ever seen, anything of Vagabond, is some of the greatest pieces of artwork I've ever seen come out of manga. It's Berserk, and the fact that I haven't read Berserk.
You should buy Berserk, and we could trade volumes and read it that way.
I was looking at it. They have these special hardcover volumes that look cool, but they're very pricey.
Of course they're, yeah.
And I was like, but it's got the...
I've seen it. I've seen them.
You know the symbol, the Berserk symbol.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Berserk fans. I'm sorry.
We're noobs.
We're noobs.
We're saying noobs.
It's the Omen mark. I don't know. I'm sorry. I used to know it because I watched the shit. And I watched the shit CGI anime. I'm sorry. I know it's terrible. It does the manga no justice. But I watched the series, at least to the point where that symbol comes into relevance. And, yeah, they know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone knows what I'm talking about. That symbol is on the front
I know,
head.
everybody knows.
Everyone knows. And it's,
You should play Berserk, and then we can just book club them to each other.
Book club them, yeah. How well did that book club
Pretty damn well. We almost finished Promise Neverland.
Well, no, that was a manga reading club that me, you, and your partner formed a group on. We were doing very well. And then the one time we took the tiniest of breaks, everything
It'd be
crashed.
easier with physicals, man.
No, but I mean, remember me, you, my wife, and
we didn't even start.
Our friend were going to start, and we're all each going to buy. We're all going to look into a series, and we're going to do, like, book club shit.
20th Century Boys.
Yeah, and that didn't work at all. It never got off the ground.
Yeah.
We did really good
with... To be fair, it was like the start of the pandemic, though.
I thought it was before that, to be honest with you.
I mean, me and my partner got together, like, right before the pandemic started. Like, right before it. Like, we met the December before 2020.
Oh, yeah, because I got married in the beginning of... I forget how long the pandemic went.
I know, it's been like...
Sometimes
it's been 8 years.
It's been 55 years since...
Yeah.
Because, me and my wife got married in the summer of 2019, and you weren't with your partner at the time, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No. Because, we got together, like, right at the beginning of 2020.
Hindsight.
2020.
No. We did pretty good on the physical copies of Hell's Paradise. When we were reading those.
I was fucking crushing that.
So, yeah, I mean...
I do plan to buy more physicals.
See, because how many volumes of Berserk are there, though?
Oh.
I don't know, because, like, I don't have that much storage space. And it's just not something that, you know what I mean? It's like you gotta pick and choose your battles here. Manga, 41 volumes.
Yep. And those are the regular size volumes, though.
Yes.
Oh my god, you're expensive, boys.
What, Berserk?
Yeah, the big ones.
Oh, the hardcover black ones? Yeah. It's a lot.
There we go. Looks like there's 9 of them.
Of the hardcovers?
Yeah.
Does all 9 of them cover 41 volumes?
That
Probably not, actually.
I've been using eBay.
Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think all of the chapters are in all of the volumes, because I think I looked at that once.
Oh, like some of them got...
No, just the newest chapters aren't. See, chapters not yet in format.
Yeah, I just found Deluxe Edition Volume 13.
365 to 371 aren't in volumes, and chapter 83 apparently was omitted from volume 13.
I know those are the chapter I was thinking of.
I wonder why it was omitted.
I also don't know why, because I've seen some pretty messed up stuff in Berserk already, so...
Right.
And the hardcovers are still coming out, because I just found Volume 13's coming out this year.
Oh, yeah.
They're like 40 apiece.
Gross.
Yeah. Those are probably new prices, though, because that was Amazon.
Yeah, that's actually where I saw the price in, too. When I was just kind of looking around. Amazon's like my go-to to, like, just... I want to buy something online. Let's see if it's on Amazon.
Because you can sometimes find some better deals on eBay sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, so... I mean, weekly stuff is like...
What am I buying physical?
Someday you'll be caught up to One Piece and we can talk about that weekly.
I'm buying... Not much of it is stuff you haven't read. I mean, I've been slowly working on buying all of Chainsaw Man. I say slowly, it's probably the one I'm second farthest ahead, and I have 8 volumes so far.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think 14 is coming out in Japan very soon.
There you go.
And I got Record of Ragnarok, volumes 1 and 2 so far.
I don't know, man. That's going to be a hurdle to come over.
Why? Because the anime? You didn't even watch the anime.
I know, but I saw how bad it was.
Exactly. Then you need to feast your glorious eyes on Lubu versus Thor in the manga. Dorohedoro, which is I have so much more to go.
Someday. Record of Ragnarok. Dorohedoro, I don't know, because it's just, it doesn't grab me, man.
I wouldn't blame you on that. It's also like 24 volumes. I only have 6 so far.
I don't know.
Fire Punch. Got 2 volumes of that.
That's the one from the creator of Soul Eater?
Chainsaw Man.
What? Oh, his
It's
first
manga.
Yeah. See, I knew it was somebody.
The one that opens up with the regenerating guy cutting off arms so that he can feed his village.
Smart.
That's how it opens. I only read like the first half of the first chapter so far, and that was
I mean, how quickly does he regenerate?
pretty fast, but he feels pain.
I mean, it's enough, I guess, to cut off your arm multiple times a day to feed multiple villagers, I guess.
And then I just have Vagabond, Dead Man Wonderland. And yeah, that's all I have for ones I've started buying.
It's crazy.
I actually just bid today on some Dead Man Wonderland volumes.
Yeah, I remember. That's a manga that I read.
Oh,
back in the day.
yeah.
Both of us.
Ah, so I forgot that you read it.
I did, yes. So the anime too was such good quality, and it sucks that it only did season 1.
Yeah.
But it also fucked itself because it got rid of a lot of characters.
I mentioned that on Twitter
just
too.
Weren't there.
God, I wish I even knew the bitch's name. Because there's someone that he met when he first gets to the prison who becomes huge. Not even huge, but is important for the arc that's like right after the anime. Because he makes a friend. She gets turned into one of the special powered things, and Ganta has to fight her. And that's when he lets out that super burst that hurts all his allies too, and they hate him for a little while.
I need to reread that.
That's why I've been buying it up too.
I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you.
I
remember one guy that I really liked, that he was cool at the beginning.
Crow?
Yeah, Crow.
He would cut up his arms and make like arm blades come out.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, he's awesome.
I plan to reread it once I have it all.
So what part up until One Piece did you get to in Skypiea? What's the new and improved
an actually good fight right now. I mean, I've hated all the other fights in Skypiea, but I'm at a good fight now. It's a 4-way battle between Zoro, Sword Guy that's with the dog, Sky Knight guy, and Bazooka Rebel guy.
Nice.
Yes. Also, you're a fucking liar saying that there's only like 2 goofy characters in One Piece. I have saved this.
I said the 2 goofy people.
What the fuck is that?
That is 2 fat people with wings.
Who look incredibly dumb.
Yeah, but...
Wait. I took more.
Listen, I said the 2. I didn't say that all of them were.
I'm just saying, I'm not calling out One Piece just because 2 characters. There's a general lack of goof.
Yeah.
I mean, not lack, a general abundance of goof.
Yes.
But I'm like, yeah, I just thought of you when I saw those guys. I'm like, I'm not crazy.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it's good. Yeah. Oh, and Robin just found where El Dorado is. She cut through the clouds to get down into the ruins of the city.
Nice. Did she read the poneglyph?
I don't think so.
You would know.
No, then. No, she just got to the city. Is like, whoa, this is the city, and that's the last I saw of Robin so far.
Actually, now that I think about it, was she alone when she read it? Someone tags it. Someone tagged it.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, she hasn't gotten to it yet then. Because she did come upon the ruins and was reading stuff, but that all got destroyed in her fight, and now she went to where the city is. So it just doesn't match up with the map, and she just started cutting into the clouds. The one productive member of the Straw Hats.
Yeah, that's like the only time she actually acts like an archaeologist, to be honest with you. The rest of it, she's just a really smart character that solves all of the problems. There's no archaeology
The
involved.
one productive straw hat.
Yeah, I mean, there are things that people do that are productive in that moment, but
As far as
overall
consistency,
yeah. It's Robin.
It's Robin. She
It's
gets
Robin.
the shit done.
Yeah. I mean, each person has certain things that are reliable for them. Like, Luffy's completely and wholly unreliable.
It's like his main character trait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, that's his character.
Zoro's like reliable in a fight, but not reliable to get anywhere.
Yeah, basically.
He's not reliable to be at the fight he needs to be at right now.
Chopper's a reliable doctor, which is
And
comes
unreliable
up a lot.
Everything.
Unreliable everything else.
Nami's reliable to be there.
Nami's reliable on any time they're on the Sunny, because without her they'd get lost instantaneously or just fail. We recover Robin, Frankie, who's not around yet. Whoa, excuse me.
Thank God.
I love Frankie. It starts out a little rough when you first meet him, before he joins the
Speaking
crew.
of
But
stupid designs, continue.
I love Frankie's
I
design.
hate Frankie's design.
I
It
love
gets
it.
worse post time skip too. I think he looks worse. later.
The only thing that I think every Frankie fan agrees on, his hair was better pre-time skip. This is a buzz cut post-time skip.
I think everything was better.
Bring back Frankie's hair.
Bring back his everything.
No, Frankie's awesome. He's reliable for fixing everything.
He's like my least favorite, and I haven't even met him yet. But I'm open to him climbing because of that. You know what I mean? It's not start at the bottom. You're damned forever.
I think all of the Straw Hats are cool in their own right, except for Chopper.
I actually like Chopper.
He's just there for me. He's just okay, whatever.
I dig him.
He's just Chopper is Chopper.
It's Chopper.
But then I love everyone else.
Sanji's alright.
I love Sanji.
I don't love Sanji. I like Sanji. Sanji's cool design, cool fighter, and then Sanji opens his mouth, and I'm like, oh.
Well, a lot of them, I feel like, especially as the story goes on, I'm sure a lot of people could make the argument for a lot of the gimmicks or the jokes around each character is going to get kind of overused. But then when you think of just how much is going on with all these new characters that it's very hard to juggle 10 main characters.
Sure, I just wish they would just cut the quirk out of Sanji.
But the womanizer quirk,
Yeah, just cut it right out. Just chop it
gets
right off.
more.
I know. I saw a clip from the movie the other day where it was like him thinking about a younger Nami, and he's like, "Oh, it's so cute," and people are like, "You're creepy, bro." Sanji creepy.
That's from Film Z, I think. But yeah, all of the quirks that everyone has, the Zoro getting lost just gets amplified post-time skip. Everything.
Robin being perfect, just it's amplified post time skip.
Robin is a great character. She just had her first fight post-time skip, though, in Wano.
It's a long time.
Yeah. Yeah.
That had some depth, my dude.
Well, because in early One Piece, it was very easy, so that every Straw Hat had their own fight in every arc.
Granted, I
But as it goes,
hate that in a lot of animes too.
yeah.
Where it's like, here's your mandatory one fight for this arc.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. The only people that get their one fight in every arc is Luffy, Zoro, Sanji.
And Rabbit.
But even then,
Or Carrot.
take Fishman Island, for example. Zoro and Sanji fight, but they don't have a dedicated dude that they fight. You know what I mean? They fight.
Yeah, this isn't your guy.
It's not a
This isn't your
challenge.
matchup.
Punk has it the same way. I mean, because it's not until you get to Dressrosa that the Straw Hats are even challenged at all in all of post-time skip. They fucking face roll everyone because they're just so much stronger now that they just don't reach an enemy that's strong enough to give them a challenge until Dressrosa.
Reminds me of Luffy going into Bellamy's town.
You'll meet Bellamy again.
I figured I would.
And the same exact thing happens. Well, in the way he gets defeated. But serious character development on his side. Actually, deep into it. It's pretty good. But you'll get there. I'm glad that you're back on the One Piece train.
I'm there.
I know, because like I've said before, just driving it in, I know Skype is going to be hard for you just because I know your personality trait, but you're going to crush the next arc because it's Enies Lobby.
You see me on a train going choo-choo, it says One Piece on this side, and then I pass a certain point, and you see like lights going off, like bing, 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 bing. I tear the One Piece sticker off, and it's a Blue Lock train all along.
But, and I just know you'll ham through it.
I don't know if I'll ham through it, but I'll get through
You'll
it.
be hamming through it as much as you were before you reached Skypea.
Okay.
I'd say you'd get back on your...
Falling back on it instead of Marvel Snap.
Oh, God.
I play a lot.
I know. It's a lot. It's a bad habit. You're not still putting money in it, are you?
No.
We leave that pause in. No, what do you mean?
No.
Never. But whatever. You enjoy it. 2 weeks until our next one, though. So we'll have Sag, but we'll have 2 Chainsaw Man chapters to talk about. We'll have
make sure you read.
I'll make sure I'll read
on your trip.
Well, because too, when I come back, I'll be back Friday, and I'll still have the full weekend of normal schedule. So once I get back and everything, my Sunday schedule of opening up, even if I say don't read anything, I'll still have that Sunday when I would normally read all my chapters to still read all my chapters.
Still read.
You
shouldn't come back and say I read nothing.
It's gonna come back. First thing it says, I read nothing. No, definitely. It's just incomprehensible to read nothing because, like I said, I can already see that there's going to be, even if there's just one day that I'll be in a hotel room because you got to think, say it goes, I don't know when it ends, like at the day. I don't know if it's until 4 or 5 o'clock in whatever the time frame is that when we get out. I'm sure that I'm not going out drinking. I'm not going to want to go out drinking every fucking night. I'm not 20 years old.
Do you want to go home? Light a candle, pop up some Ginkgo and Gluna, catch the fuck
up. But because from 5 to whatever it is, just sitting in a hotel room till midnight, that's 7 hours to do nothing. You know what I mean? What am I going to do
so
other than read something?
Angry if you come back and say, I read nothing.
I got blackout drunk every day. I don't remember the whole trip. No, I'll read something. I just don't know.
Then I'll be here with like a stack of physicals. I gave you homework.
Can't bring all those with me. Not.
Well, I meant for after, since you caught so much on reading, you could take some physicals now.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but that's next week. Time. I'll have to set aside, at least decide which one, if when that free time is available to me, which one I want to read. Whether it be Fabricant 100, if I want to read
Ginkgo and
Gluna
over Fabricant. I really hope.
Who knows what this week holds? Maybe James, maybe you beast out and finish all your seasons, and maybe it's Blue Lock that I'm reading the whole time.
Yeah.
But you got homework to do, so.
Oh, I have so much homework to do.
Yes.
24 episodes. It's going to be so worth it, though. It's going to be so worth it.
Vinland Saga is so good, dude. You're going to love it.
It's going to be so worth you reading Blue Lock.
It's going to be so worth you actually watching it, because you're going to be like, that was so worth it in all avenues.
Blue Lock.
In all avenues, it was amazing.
Just for the Blue Lock.
And Kaguya-sama is amazing. I can't wait for you to watch that.
I'm pretty excited to watch Kaguya.
Yeah, it's great. Vinland Saga is great. Sky P is great. Stop hating on it.
It's alright. It's alright.
It's great.
It's still a little weird having an arc where I know that the main character's a hard counter to the big bad. And I'm at the part in the manga where it shows that he has lightning powers too. So even if I was like a manga only, I'd be like,
It was quite apparent when I saw it too. It's like, how's that gonna work?
It's not.
It's not. But he gets around it pretty well to still beat Luffy's butt up quite heavily.
Good. I'm gonna need that.
But then you'll finally see the destructive power of NL and be like, yeah, this dude's fucking crazy. If Luffy didn't have rubber powers, One Piece would have been over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure, though.
Over.
Oh, for sure.
We're still, as One Piece fans, waiting for NL to come back into the story. And
Saitama's off of the moon back to Earth.
But it's like, I don't... copium that it happens, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know if there's room to fit him back into the story in this final arc, because he doesn't tie in anywhere to what's going on. So it's like,
until the moon does.
True. I don't know what Oda's got left in the bag to pull out. I'll be cool though if NL just rolls up. I'll be like, yo,
they pull an Endwalker into One Piece on the moon.
Yes. Speaking of,
sad. I don't know when that's going to happen.
Sad. Because Diablo 4 is still a little ways off. So I had
A little ways off.
So I had hope for maybe like one more month of action. But then you said that you bought ESO.
Which I haven't really touched, to be fair. It was wicked cheap, dude. It was so fucking cheap.
Savage, because you're in Shadowbringers right now.
I know.
It's like that's an amazing expansion. The story is so good. For sure.
Right, so far.
Well, you're in the setup right now.
I am.
All setup and everything ever was just alright. It's payoff that makes it good.
I don't know. JJK had some good setup.
Had some alright setup.
So it's a good setup.
What's the good setup?
Being Mahito's ass is still part of the setup.
I guess, but alright,
I haven't gotten a being Mahito's ass moment.
That's like 20 episodes into the fucking series.
Yeah, I'm level 63 or 64 quest level. Where's my cool fucking moments?
It's not even halfway through. It's 5 episodes from finished with JJK.
Oh no. So I was hyping up the fucking fairy world. You were too, because you said it was beautiful. But you were hyping it up for, you were hyping it up for good reasons. So I was hyping up the area. I'm just like, I hated it. I hated the whole quest section of that area.
It's just whatever. It's just you find an area and Jerry and you find them, and then you got the annoying fairies. But that zone itself,
it's doing a fucking theme park ride through every single race in that area and currying their favor through chores.
Well, first off, MMOs, so any side quest in any MMO is always fetch quests.
I know,
so they're always
but
gonna be the same.
so no. These are main story quests though, where I'm going to the fairies, doing chores for them, going north to the rock people, doing chores for them, going to the drakes, doing chores for them. I can only take so much, and I know I'm going to leave this area, and none of them are going to be important.
The fairies will.
That's good. I hated that whole area.
The next one, Raktika, is cool too. That's all about Y'shtola and her. You're gonna love it too, because I'm even fucking gonna spoil right now. Her furry lover that she finds there.
Dope.
And
it does help.
In the current story, actively looking for a way back to him.
Dope.
He's the new race, the fuck.
Yeah, Hrothgar.
Hrothgar, yes, thank you. They're not called Hrothgar on that zone because they're all...
I hate that too. I hate that they went through the hoops to rename everything, but then they go through the hoop to explain that Gil's still called the same thing. Can we remove some of these hoops?
The devs are trying, man.
I hated that. I hated that so much. I'm like, I'm not memorizing any of these fucking terms. Stop expositing at me.
You just hate exposition ever.
It's not true.
Hunter ruined you. Don't fuck out of here, Togashi. No,
there's some good.
That's bullshit because you waited 6 weeks to read the fucking chapter because you opened it.
I still haven't read that chapter.
Yeah, all right then.
Yeah, because the bottom of the boat sucks. But when you're expositing Saradnik shit, it was like, That's what I'm starting next. That's what I'm starting the next 2 weeks with. We're coming back, and I'm talking Saradnik.
Hunter.
So
overrated.
good. That's why I want to get back to the top of the boat. This is where the interesting people are.
I'm still on the presses. So when you showed me the boat, you know how it's like a giant turtle, right?
Yeah, it's a whale.
Whale, whatever it is.
The black whale one.
It has a pond on top of it with a boat. Get rid of the entire whale and take that boat and put that and all the people on that boat and focus on just them.
Oh, that's not enough for even the top floor. It's there's 12 of the princes. All of them have bodyguards.
I don't give a fuck. That's a big ass boat. On top of that big ass whale. Alright? They could all fit on that boat. It's still a normal sized cruise ship. Well, cruise ships. Have you seen how big cruise ships are?
I can't even tell with the scale of that boat anymore how big the little boat on top is. That's how big the black whale part is.
Exactly.
I can't even tell. That could be any size boat on top.
It's just that Togashi's like, fuck, I'm going to another continent. But I have all of these characters that I want to still talk about. Put them all on the boat. Yep.
I wonder why Hisoka went on the boat. I still do. Because that's the one that makes the least sense to me. Yeah.
And they need him to still be relevant to the story.
That's the only reason I can think of.
The spiders, and he still wants to talk about the spiders, so they have to be on the boat.
Because, yeah, the spiders following Hisoka there makes sense. But why the fuck are you there, Hisoka?
Because he wants to kill the spiders. I don't know.
I just want to get back to Saradnik. The whole Saradnik storyline was so goddamn good.
For all you know, that 3 pages into that chapter could be Saradnik.
No, it's not. I skimmed.
Oh. Cheated.
I'm pretty sure I saw Ging in there, though, and I was like, oh shit, I need to get back in there. Forgot who I saw.
But I think that's a good place as ever to end it off. You know, rambling here at the end, but...
About MMOs.
MMOs. Hey. I love it, right? It's consumed my life for 10 years. So, that's my life. But, this has been the Dukes of Weebdom. Dukes of Weebdom.
Oh, that's who was in this chapter. Melody and one of the princes.
Oh, Melody? Are you shitting me? That ugly thing? Where is it? I don't see it. Yeah, right there.
Don't shit on Melody.
I'm shitting all over that stupid character. Get out of
Melody's
my
on the boat.
face. This has been the Dukes of Weebdom. We're out of here on that topic.
Woo, Melody!
No.